Yep. So basically, to begin, we talk about the Chinese Yuan token, CNYU. So this is the Chinese Yuan token on Unit. To begin with, I'd love to explain a little bit about the history of China. So if you can see really closely, China has an incredible amount of history. It goes back 4,000 years in the Xia dynasty. Then it moved to Shang, moved to Zhou, goes to Qing, goes to Han, goes to Jin, and it's moved all the way to Ming, to Qing, to Republic of China, and now we've got the People's Republic of China. So it's incredible the amount of progress that China has been through, and really inspiring in terms of it's come so far. It's got a lot more to go. In terms of a bit about the country, so it's located in East Asia. In terms of the land size, it's 9,596 plus kilometers square. So it's incredibly large. Most of it is populated on the east. So the west is extremely mountainous and not as much occupied. It's got a population of about 1.4 billion people. So it's extremely populated. It is first and second place are India and China. So both extremely populated regions. The ethnic groups are mostly Han Chinese. The capital is Beijing, so that's in the north. The official language is called Mandarin, and it was formed in 1912 as a republic. Really interesting is the digital renminbi. So this is the central bank digital currency. It's the first digital currency issued by a major economy, and it underwent heavy public testing in April of last year. It's a legal tender and has equivalent value in bills and coins and other forms of Chinese yuan. And it's designed to move instantaneously, both for domestic as well as international transactions and transfers. This is aimed to be cheaper and faster than existing financial institutions and allows a transaction to take place between two offline devices. So it's really quite technically interesting. In terms of government, it's Marxist-Leninist, so it's quite socialist as a republic. The president is Xi Jinping. He's led the CCP, the Communist Party, for a number of years, and he sets quite a firm agenda in terms of where he wants the country to do. They have a very firm long 5-year plan and long-term plan to allow for the agenda to basically move forward. Their GDP is about 16.64 trillion and growing. So in terms of the business ecosystem, it's one of the world's only socialist state governed by a communist party, and it's the world's fastest growing major economy. It's the second largest economy in terms of nominal GDP of about 15.66 trillion. So it's 101 trillion yuan. So it's really quite big. And the main industries are mining, oil processing, iron, steel, aluminium, coal, machinery. So largely quite heavy industries, but more recently it's moved towards textiles, apparel, and technology too. So it's really growing and developing there. In terms of top companies, here you can see a bunch of the top companies. You can see Tencent there. It's an internet company, also involved in entertainment, artificial intelligence, and other technologies. Alibaba. So Alibaba, which is started by Jack Ma, is an e-commerce and retail internet technology company. Huawei does mobile devices. Meituan, which is consumer products and retail. They do delivery, dining, other services. Ping An, this is a insurance company. Ant Group, which is behind Alipay there, you can see on the bottom right. JD Group, which is one of the largest e-commerce platforms. ByteDance, which is behind TikTok. So really quite incredible in terms of if you see the number of views or transactions, it's quite huge in terms of how China has such a strong economic base and companies that are performing well. In terms of the China crypto ecosystem, China has declared all cryptocurrency transactions to be illegal several times. They've also had a very firm policy on crypto exchanges. However, it's been one of the fastest growing sectors in China, and it's mainly used to empower industries and pioneer the development of the national digital currency. For instance, in 2017, it banned ICOs and STOs, so initial coin offerings and security token offerings, to prevent basically financial fraud, illegal fundraising. There were a lot of pyramid schemes, so a lot of people got scammed. So I can understand why the government was so firm and tough on it. It was also to protect retail investors from getting scammed. Here are two of the top exchanges. You can see at the top, you have OKX. This is started by a friend, and Huobi is also one of the top exchanges. It's really sad that Huobi had to recently leave China in terms of its operations, because both of these exchanges did such a good job in terms of bringing Chinese retail investors to the crypto industry and market. And finally, in terms of the Chinese yuan on Unit, if you just go to the CNYU token, you can see that there's an opportunity to exchange and stake it. And this really allows the use of the Chinese yuan within the Unit token economy and allows Chinese businesses to benefit from the token economy. So if anyone's interested in learning more or being a part of what we're doing at Unit, please feel free to reach out. We're actively looking for team members, partners, contributors, advisors, and much more. Thank you so much.